All right, y'all. So many times y'all have asked, what does a typical day look like in Merida? So I'm gonna try my best to kind of document what I'm doing the whole day. And I got an overzealous cameraman over here moving the camera all over the place. And so right now we're hopping in the car. I was on Facebook and I saw this guy had his electric scooter and looked like a mini motorcycle, and he selling it for like $700 and holds up to like 400 pounds. So heavyweights like myself can get on it, and $700 around about, and it goes like 20 miles an hour. I know, not real fast, but the benefit about this, I can buy a scooter or a motorcycle that goes a little faster, but with this electric scooter, I don't need a license plate or a special license to ride it. So we're going to check it out. It's about 12 noon right now. I'm just kind of getting started for the day. My young one went to a concert last night and spent the night at a friend's house, so she's on the way back home. And so that's what we doing. Show this road. I'm just gonna show y'all a few things. So we riding down the street. Some of y'all have asked about what driving is like here in Merida. So I'm gonna show you some of that. I'm not gonna run the whole video because we're about 20. I need to get another lane. We're about 20 minutes. Let me see if I can jump on. Trying to jump on the other side. Read my GPS wrong. Wait a minute. Yeah, tell me to go. All right. So just trying to get my bearings straight. So as you can see, just regular street. Right across the street is Sam's Club. As you notice, I just literally pulled out my driveway, and in less than a minute, I think, I'm assuming we here right in front of the Sam's Club. This is Paseo de Montejo, where the traffic is coming across a major street. This road goes straight into Central. When we go to the left, it takes you straight into the heart of Central. And as you leave Central and come back up this main road, you enter into the north side of Merida. So traffic lights, just like anything else. You got people on the road over here selling stuff. These vendors on the side. Guys, mainly at some of these intersections, there's going to be folks out here selling mangoes, selling apples, not apples, oranges. They're going to be selling grapefruits. They sell, what else they sell? They be selling everything.
Car supplies.
The windshield blade wipers, shades for your windows to block the sun out. So generally at many of the traffic lights, there going to be folks out there selling stuff while the light is red. There was a kid that just walked by selling mangoes, I think, or he had a sign in his hand selling something. I don't know what he was selling, but show this guy here on the bike. They got bike lanes on this main street as well, so it's very safe out here. So just a regular day, basic day of living, man. I'm telling you, it's really nice. One thing that's unique here, the exception to the rule might be here, so I ain't even gonna say that about this red light. I'll show you some other ones. But to our right, there's a mall, banks all over the place. And one thing that you'll notice here in Merida, there's roundabouts everywhere. That's the only really unique thing. Some places where you go, there's no lanes. Like this guy right here, just blocking the street. They stop like that on the road. They'll stop and check their phone and just block the lane. When I first got here, I used to get mad. I used to be cussing and fussing like, who does that? So now I do it because I no longer get angry and mad. I've now become like the local. I do what they do. Can't beat them, join them. You know what I mean? And so you had these bumps in the road, right? We're coming up here called toe pace, if I'm saying that right. They slow you down. Though might I need some gas. They slow you down. Here's a roundabout we're coming up on. This is really the only thing you really got to get used to. If you don't have a lot of roundabouts where you live, you got to get used to that. They're all over the place. Honestly, they kind of keep traffic moving. I'm surprised we don't have as many of these in the States like they do here. They're everywhere. They got them all in Colombia as well. Here's another toll pace. This is a particular one for pedestrians. If there's a pedestrian in this thing, you must stop. If you hit these jokers, you going straight to jail. You ain't gonna go and collect your $200. You going to jail. That's what's happening. So in many other parts, pedestrians typically do not have the right of way, but on those bumps, they have the right of way 100%. And sometimes you got to look out for the signs. I'll show this here. Here's one here, kind of giving you a warning, pedestrian. Many times they don't have these signs, but see the toll pace in the road. If they in that thing, you got to stop. But for the most part, everywhere else, pedestrians do not have the right of way. Those are the only spots where you got to kind of yield to them. You may see signs like this, but that's not a walkway for them. That's they got to stay out the street. So we're on this street now called Avenida de Tecnologico, I think. Technology Avenue for English translation. Here we got another one. Boom, pedestrian. You see this thing, if somebody is in this walkway, you better pray to God you can come to a stop. You know what I'm saying? Because it's serious like that. I need to get some gasoline. Hopefully we'll make it to the gas station. But that's that. Show this plaza over here. This plazas look just like the States. And just like the States. Try not to use the zoom feature if you are. It kind of distorts the video out a little bit. But yeah, so typical driving. Now there's gonna be places and parts as you drive around where they ain't gonna be no visible lines in the road. You know what I mean? So folks out here, they just kind of make their own lanes. They make lanes out of no lanes. You know, like the Bible say, God make ways out of no ways. These folks make lanes out of no lanes. That's how they roll. So sometimes you just gotta kind of go with it, go with the flow, and chill. They got bus stops and bus stations all over the place. So, you know, if you're walking, you don't even necessarily have to be at the bus stop. You can just flag the bus down as they coming by. And they on some type of schedule. I don't know what the schedule is, but hey, it is what it is. Now, like you see this lady here on this motorbike, that's more of a motorcycle or a scooter or more gas power, a moped. Apparently you need a license for that. You need a license plate for that. But this electric bike, you know what I mean, don't need that. So I'm just trying to keep it simple without having to do all this unnecessary extra paperwork and stuff. And I probably wouldn't be out here on the main streets riding that bike, but I could, because people ride regular bicycles up and down this road without any problem. But you know, I'm thinking for $700 motorbike, you know, electric scooter, I can get around. You know, cause there's a Walmart that's about, on that bike it'll be about a 5-minute scooter ride. So like this guy on this bicycle. So electric bike, you can ride it out here. It goes 20 miles an hour, and you know, just kind of get the places a little faster. They have a basket on some of them. So when we get in here, I'm gonna show y'all the electric scooters, so y'all can see what we're looking at. But this is a typical day. We just kind of go out, do our regular thing. There's some folks in town. You know, as people coming to scope out Merida, they always emailing me, Cartel, what are you supposed to do? Why are you in Merida? What do you do here? I'm like, oh, I wake up, clean up the house, do some laundry, you know what I mean? Clean the yard, sweep my driveway, wash clothes. And I'm like, that's the difference between living in Merida and visiting Merida. You know what I mean? We ain't doing the same stuff, you know? We ain't doing the same stuff. And we're not out touring the city, having fun. Every day is not fun. It's regular life. What you do at home is what you're going to be doing here. Every day is not fun. You know what I mean? I missed my turn somewhere. Misread that GPS. we're gonna turn it around. So every day is not just fun, it's just everyday life. Taking the kids to the doctor appointment. I gotta take them to the dentist tomorrow. They gonna get fitted for some braces. And speaking of braces, they talking about $150, $200 to get everything all set up. I gotta pay for x-rays like $30, $40, and then about $150, $200 to get the actual braces, and then just $25 a month to come in for the adjustments. You know what I mean? Can't beat that. Cannot beat that. That was my turn right now. So a typical day is, again, saw something online, it's time to go check it out. So I hopped in the car, gonna check it out. Now I gotta get some gas. I don't got no cash. See the mirror on the wall, or a poster on the wall. There's always something going on out here in Merida. And you got, this is my turn. Alright. You always got something going on out here in Merida. And right now we're going to the west side of Merida, still within the perimeter. You got these bumps here. Sometimes you'll get a warning sign. We got one coming up again. So again, they keep you from flying down the street, because you fly down the road, you're gonna jump and tear your car up. See that white sign right there? That's letting you know a bump is on the way. And I'm going over the bump.
Roads are bumpy here.
And the roads are hard out here. This car vibrating and shaking every few seconds you get.
So that's why the camera keeps shaking.
So if the camera's shaking, that's what's going on. Bus stop. And you know, I'm just yielding. Driving just like everybody else, you know what I mean? You got, see, thing again, folk park all sides of the road. A 2-lane now becomes the 1 lane, because everybody on each side of the road, unfortunately. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm paying attention, I'm yielding, looking. And you gotta always be mindful, because a lot of these folks, they run them stop signs. They don't stop. So you got to kind of be cognizant of that while driving. You know, I'm gonna get some gas. I don't got no money on my car. You got some? All right, we're gonna get some gas. I'm in this rental car. Let me drive around. Here in Merida, you can't pump your own gas. They gotta pump it for you. And they gotta pump it for you. See the guy flagging us down right here. Hola, buenas tardes. Gracias. Magna, 200, por favor, sí, regular. Gracias. So we getting some. Sí, gracias. So they generally confirm. So I told them I want 200 pesos, which is about $10 of gas. 'Cause I got to turn this car in, and I don't be putting more than I need to. But they'll generally wipe your windows down and check your tires, check your tire pressure, all of that. Check your oil if you want them to. They'll change your oil while you're out here. Everything. They'll change your fluids. They do all of that stuff. Wipe your windows down, but he ain't doing it. Many of the souls, I don't normally use this particular station, but the other guys, they'll wipe your windows down, and then you generally tip them 5-10 pesos, and that's that. So these 200 pesos right here, they're gonna pay them that and give them some change. Gracias, that's what. Hasta luego. Bon dia. And that's that. So you can't pump your own gas. It's illegal to pump your gas in Merida. So you got to roll through and let them take care of that. And that's that. So now we are in Cerquito, Colonias, I believe we are, or somewhere along that line. The west side of Merida. This is still inside the perimeter. Also a very great area to live. If you can find a house, you can find some affordable housing out here. Everything you need out here, shopping centers, supermarkets, plazas, malls, etc., etc. Not a bad deal. Hell, I could probably just make this video a video by itself and piece the day together. But let's continue. So more dealerships. I mean, look at this. This is more like the commercial district, for lack of a better word. You got everything that you need. Parts for your car, need stuff for the vacuum cleaner, need to pick stuff up for your solar panels or whatever, everything, every warehouse imaginable, need to get some paint. Everything is out here. Car care, home care, everything. Restaurants and all of that. Car parts, cell phones, everything. Alright, so coming back up on some more roundabouts. Again, the thing is, the people in the roundabout, you have to yield to them. And once you yield to them and jump, you can jump in. There's some rules about where you must exit off. If you're on the inner lane, you can just continue to ride around this thing and jump off at any exit. But if you're on the outer side of this roundabout, you're gonna have to exit off at a certain point to avoid the other cars on the inner lane from colliding into you when they exit off. So if you're on the outer lane, you gotta pretty much exit off of the first exit. So there's some rules you need to understand. So go back, read your books, your manuals and rules on riding in roundabouts, because that's really the only thing you really need to, that's only different here. More roundabouts. The lights here, let me explain this, show that light. So typically, like right now, you see a red light. When this light turn green, traditionally, like in the States, when this light turn green, the cars on the other side, well, I can't say that. This is one of those exceptions, because most of the time, when it turn green, all the other lanes can't go. The only lane that goes is the one that's green, and this would be the only lane that generally go in most cases here in Merida. So, but in this particular example, when this side turned green, the other side turned green as well. That's typically not the norm. The only lane that's generally moving is the side that's green, that has the green light. But that was the exception. All right, so we about to pull up to the spot. See how I'm saying, folks just make lanes. This little road done somehow turned into a 4-lane. Show them cars over here on the left. It just turned into a 4-lane street. You know what I'm saying? So they got folk do what they do out here. Make lanes out of no lanes. So from here, we're pretty close to the airport, not so far away. Another thing you need to be mindful of these motorcycles, they will come out of the blue. So that's one other thing you just need to be mindful of. You got to watch them jokers. They'll come in and squeeze in between cars. When you think you about to clear on your right to make a turn, they right there. So you definitely got to be mindful of them, because they just come out of the blue. They just come out of nowhere. All right, so we about to pull up in the spot. The GPS is saying we are.
You've arrived at your destination.
Say we have arrived, but I don't see nothing. Let me see. See, notice I just pull on side of the road. That's what they do. That I do the same thing.
Go further down.
I don't
There's some
even.
motorcycles down there.
All right, I think they sit up here. Yep. No, it's called Gin Blue. It might be him. All right, let me look at my directions and see if I'm at the right place, y'all. All right, so this is where we need to go. So we about to roll up in here. I guess that's the little schooler right there. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Yeah. So these are really nice. I was able to sit on this one quite comfortably. This is 14,700 pesos, which is about $750, $800 at today's current exchange rate. A smaller passenger can sit on the back. So Kim is about to test drive this one. This is a little smaller one. He's just gonna let her test drive it. He did a charge. It goes up to 40 kilometers, which is about 28 miles. So a single charge, you can ride for about 28 miles on this thing, which in a day, that's quite a bit. You can get pretty far. This is the place here, Hing Loon, if I'm pronouncing that right. I told her I wasn't riding with her. Oh, okay, so I got an electric start. All right, see, you already about to crash. That thing going pretty quick. So it goes about 20 miles an hour, about 18, 19 miles an hour. I mean, look how fast you done got down there. So $700, because I notice a lot of the folks on motorbikes, they have backpacks, they do everything, put everything in the backpacks. Some of these bikes got baskets on it. I mean, for $700, you can get, the kids can ride this, or my older one. How's it go?
It feels good.
All right, I hope I don't bust my ass.
Wobbling. Oh my gosh, so crash. You need to put your feet down on the bottoms, on those pedals, so you can have more balance.
I like it. Actually, he said those were the slower ones. So he was saying the other bikes are much faster, and he confirmed that my 16-year-old can ride it, my 14-year-old can ride it because it's considered a bike, and he said the other bikes go faster. And again, look at that. That's 14,500 pesos. It's an electric bike. I think 40 kilometers, which is about 28 miles. You can ride, and I like this. And so that one was smaller compared. You can see how small that is compared to the one next to it. All right, so I'm just picking up off of the video where we were at the motorcycle place. Again, this is just a follow-up of what a typical day. Before I talk about the motorcycle, my daughter, we just got home. I told y'all she went to a concert last night and spent the night at some friend's house. So we're back home. As part of my typical day, I'm going to interview her and just find out what her day was like yesterday, what her experience was like at the concert. So again, I mean, this is what we do in a typical day. There's no, it's not all fun and glitzy and glam. This is just a regular day. So I'm going to talk to her, and then I'm going to come back. All right, so I just did an interview with her. I'm gonna post a link to that video down below, so y'all can watch that as well. But I want to kind of follow back up on the motorcycle thing. We're trying to weigh the pros and cons on whether we should get it. We're leaning more so on the side that we're probably going to get it. I'm about to get online today and read some reviews on that particular brand just to kind of get an idea what people say about that particular brand before I buy it. So one of the pros was, so right now we're in summertime, well, spring. We're at the end of March. No, we're actually in April now. Going into April, and the hot weather is back. And so there's a market down the street that we would normally ride our bikes to, but by the time you get down there, you soak in sweat. You soaked. So we was trying to decide, what's the pros and cons. So the pro with getting this thing is, one, we can ride down there to the same market without having to do all that pedaling, putting all that extra effort and exertion to get down there in this hot sun. I mean, it gets to 100 degrees on a daily basis, 105 degrees, and then days it might be 95, but it feels like 110. So trying to ride in the middle of the day with that on a regular bike, it ain't gonna work out. But with this, you can get there much faster, 4 or 5 times faster, and you don't have to do any pedaling. So we can go down there, grab some stuff, put in the backpack or put in the basket, and then get on back. Right around our immediate area, there's a Walmart. By car, it's probably about a 6-minute drive to the Walmart, all these twists and turns. About a 5-minute ride. On a bike, probably can get there in about 8 minutes. So again, that cuts a little bit down on an Uber bill. This won't eliminate Uber all the way, but it will save us some money, because a lot of the trips that we make, we don't need to hop in the Uber. We can just hop on that and ride down. There's a place we go down here and pick up some chicken from this lady who makes chicken on the side of the road. Some days we just don't feel like going because we don't feel like walking down there. We don't feel like riding the bike down there. But again, with the electric bike, we can be down there in about 2 minutes and back. So some benefits there. So we can cut some Uber costs down, make quick runs and quick errands every now and again. One of the kids like to go to the movies. We generally got to order Uber. And with this, I can ride them. You can put passengers on it. I can put one of them on there if it's only, cause I'm always taking the little one. Now that I got this rental car, I'm taking the little one to the mall and all of that stuff. But with this motorbike, I can ride her over there on this bike and get her there. That'll eliminate Uber. Also, the benefit is kids, they can ride it. They don't need a license. You don't need a license plate. If you're a big guy like me, this thing holds up to 385 pounds. I forgot what the kilogram weight was, but they gave it to me in kilos. But it comes to like 385 pounds, I believe, that bike can hold. I'm about 225, 230. I think Kim is like 130, so technically the both of us could ride on that thing. Or me and one of the girls can ride on that thing, or the 2 sisters can ride on it. So, again, right around the immediate area. And they have a bicycle lane on the main road, Paseo de Montejo. They have bike lanes, so you can ride that thing all up and down this main road and get your errands and go do what you like. So we're kind of weighing the pros and cons again, just kind of discussing it, talking about it. But I want to share those reasons with you. Particularly if it's just you, or maybe just one other person, or you and a small child, and you live in an area that might not be so walkable. This makes it possible to get around. You won't need to be calling Uber. You can run up the road and make your errands and be back. You know what I mean? I see people riding regular bicycles on the main streets. So again, wherever folks riding bicycles, you can ride this. So if you're in the area where you're kind of secluded and the store is 10 minutes away, this will get you there in about 2 minutes. If it's 10 minutes away on foot, this will get you there in about 2 minutes. You know what I mean? So I think it's worth it. We have multiple bikes here at home, and that right there alone made a big difference. just with a regular bicycle. We was able to go to the store, kids go to the gas station, they run the OXXO, they ride to the mall. But this would make it even better because again, with the heat and the sun, you don't have to overexert yourself, and you can get there in the jiff. No gas, just charge it. You can plug it up on an 8-hour charge, just plug it up every night and just know that you got up to about 24 miles a day that you can ride that thing. And honestly, I don't see us really ever having to go over 24 miles on a given day on a single charge with that. Just plug it up every night, boom, we in business, and blah blah, you straight. So just wanted to share those thoughts with you. I think it would be beneficial for many folks. So I'm gonna read the reviews, find out what they talking about, and then I'll come back. All right, so before I start looking at the reviews, man, just a typical day, man. I'm about to make me some eggs and some bacon, and I'm starving. Yeah, it's late. I didn't eat any breakfast this morning. And we kind of got back on this carnivore diet. We've slipped off the bandwagon, so we've been on for about a week now. Back at it. And so I'm about to make this because I'm going to be doing some more errands. I'm going to be running around some more, and I want to make sure I get something to eat on my stomach. I got this griddle. I just love cooking on this doggone griddle, man. Kids love it. We do have a stove and the oven and all that, but this is some good cooking. I absolutely love it. So I got my griddle going, getting all this bacon juice on here. I'm gonna cook my eggs on top of that bacon juice, get all this fat into the diet. I know a lot of folks have comments on this carnivore diet. Do the research before you comment. These type of videos tend to get everybody and their mama putting their opinion on it. One thing I can tell you, 5 days in, my blood sugar hanging around 75 to 80. Blood pressure is drastically down. We can look at it, we can say what we want, but when I was on that fruit diet, vegetarian, eating that way, my blood pressure had never been this low as it is with this. My blood pressure the other day was 126 over 76, I believe, and that was after like 3-4 days in. My blood pressure just keep dropping down day by day. So it's crazy. I know on the surface none of this make any sense, but again, just talking about a typical day and just sharing what I'm about to eat. All right, so I got my eggs on here, throwing some butter up in this camp. I know this goes against everybody's wisdom. Promise you, do the research on this thing. I tell you, I've never felt better when I made it almost 30 days, and my mind is clear. Folk with depression, irritable bowel syndrome, folk with all sorts of ailments, lupus. They've seen many folk, the symptoms have completely gone away on this type of diet. Like I think my high blood pressure, my numbers have drastically decreased when I was on this diet. My blood sugars hang around the 70-80 range, which is something that has never happened. And just do the research, y'all. Do the research. All right, so calm down, child. Put anybody on one of my videos. Y'all with me, y'all rolling. So anyhow, I haven't got a chance to look into those scooters yet. Kid asked me if I could take them to the mall. Well, actually down in Centro. So I'm about to run to the ATM machine, get them some cash, and let them get on their own way via Uber. 30-minute drive. Don't feel like making that drive. Cheaper for them to get an Uber and be on the way, and I'll be right back home in a couple of minutes. So that's what's up. Like I say, it ain't nothing fun. It's just a regular day. You doing your regular stuff. Ain't nothing changed then from what you do at home. You just in a different location. Your regular stuff is what you do. So normally I order some cash from the ATM, from the app, and have them bring it to the house. But sometimes it takes about 15 to 30 minutes for them to bring the money. So they're in a hurry. The place closed at 7. So we stopped by the ATM machine. for them to pull some cash out the machine. And here we go. This is where you get pesos from. So it's cheaper for you to use your debit card or the credit. Well, debit card, I don't know, credit card might charge out more fees, but use your debit card to pull pesos out the machine. Flat them pesos. So this is what pesos look like. So these are 200 pesos, and this is what pesos look like. So you get them out the machine, and you got cash. So don't go to no money exchange. You're gonna get charged more money. It's gonna cost you more, or you making it rain cooking. Alrighty, so I'm looking for some monitors. I need a monitor for my computer, for my MacBook. A larger external monitor. The work I'm starting to do need a larger screen. So I'm on my way to Costco to see what they got here. I already tried some local places. Prices seem to be a little high. Didn't exactly have what I wanted. So coming along here. Hate coming to this place because this place is always packed. This place is never a shortage of people. No matter what time of day you come, it is packed. Actually, they actually have a small cenote over here to the right at this particular Costco. Well, I think this is the only Costco in town, but worth dipping your head over and taking a look. Just like the States, they got everything you'd want in this Costco. If you're looking for some more particular American brand stuff that you're used to at home, they got it here. Come check them out, get what you need. They sell MacBooks here, Apple products, all the surrounds and all of that stuff. Alrighty, so didn't find any monitors there. So I'm trying to figure out where to go. I just got off my phone, been spending the last 30 minutes on Facebook Marketplace, seeing if anybody had any deals. I just messaged a couple of folks and waiting to hear back from them on that. So hopefully somebody responds shortly. Really want to get this done today if I can. Alrighty, so still looking for a monitor. Haven't found my monitor. Haven't done much reviews on the bike yet, but the few reviews that I read didn't look favorable, but I might possibly have been looking at the wrong device. So it's about 7 o'clock, I think. It's dark, of course, and Kim and I sneaking off to the Brazilian restaurant while the girls are down in Central doing their thing. Cheaper to eat, 2 folks. I think the special deal now is like 629 pesos for 2 people. All you can eat meat. So we're gonna run up in here, and then if there's time left, I'm gonna stop by Walmart to see if they got a monitor there. I think I've exhausted all my options, so, and still waiting on some folks from Facebook. But again, this is a typical day, nothing fancy. Go ahead and show this here. Nothing fancy, just driving. Now it's nighttime and know my way around to this particular place. I don't need GPS or anything like that. I don't think. We're about to find out in a minute. I think my turn might have turned too early, but we'll figure it out. But this is nightlife. This is near Central, this particular Brazilian restaurant that I go to. And let's see if I can catch this light. Barely. All right. So, like I say, this is just a regular day. A much bigger difference than visiting Merida and living in Merida. The routines you had at home will, for the most part, be the same. Here, not much different. May do a little more because you have a lot more money, a little more resources left over because you're not having to spend so much money on living as you would in the States, provided you come down here and shop and spend like the locals do, not overextending yourself in a big old giant house just because it's a good deal compared to what it is in the States, which is a common mistake most people make. I did the same thing. Found a house, the first house I moved in, I was like, oh, I love it. This would cost thousands in the United States, but jumped on it because it was such a sweet deal, or what I perceived to be a deal, when in reality I could have found a place half the price, which is a lot more money to save and that you can spend going out doing the things that really matter, like eating out, shopping, spending that extra stuff and extra money on essential stuff. You know what I mean? Extra money towards your savings, extra money towards your investments, extra money going out to eat if that's what you enjoy, extra money going out to symphonies, orchestra, art shows, etc., etc. So just a different lifestyle. So we're about to pull up. I guess I'll let you see the entrance into the restaurant. If you drive, they have valet parking here as well. And gotta watch these jokers here, man. Let me jump over here. Like I say, lanes just out the way. So this red light is for the left side, and now you got to squeeze up over here. And this red light over here. All right, well, now I can go. Like a lot of this stuff, you'll figure it out. You can probably be comfortable driving here after about 2 to 3 days. Like I said earlier in the earlier video, your biggest challenge is going to be those roundabouts. But once you get that figured out, everything else is pretty much the same. Just try and stay behind somebody. Here's the restaurant. I'm going to turn on up in here. There's the little sign, 629 pesos for 2 adults. Monday through Thursday, I think that's say. And that's the restaurante. So this is the valet. I'm just gonna, normally he's out here. He must be parking the car or getting one ready for somebody. So I'm just gonna wait for him to get back. But beautiful restaurant, y'all. Definitely a must visit when you're in town. And definitely a must visit when you're in town. And enjoy your meat, enjoy your eats. All right, cut it. All right, so this is my plate from the salad bar. This would be considered a cheat day for me. I'm on that carnivore diet, but my cheat day would consist of adding vegetables. I got some broccoli here, got some spinach here, cauliflower, lettuce here, shrimp, some strawberries. So that's my cheat day. So a little bit of meat. The guy over here is cooking up some, I don't know what he's cooking up, whatever it is. I told him to make it medium. So I'm gonna consume a lot of meat while I'm here today. And this is it. So just having a good old time, beautiful place here. Be absolutely gorgeous. All right, still looking for this doggone monitor. Just left another Walmart. I don't know why I didn't think about taking my behind down to Office Depot or Office Max. So fortunately they close at 10 o'clock here. On my way to check that out. Also, we just left that Brazilian restaurant. Met a couple of fans down there, nice young lady and her son. Man, just good folks, man. I'm telling you, I'm meeting a lot of people down here. Alrighty, so just finally leaving that Brazilian restaurant, man. Ran into some fans, took some photographs, met this young lady. There's a guy there named Jonathan that I met a couple of months ago in the same restaurant. And so this time ran into his mother, who had just recently come down for a visit to Merida. Miss Jeanette, how you doing? It was a pleasure to meet you. Man, I'm meeting some wonderful folks. We took a group photo. I'm gonna see if I can get it on this clip. You see it here in the clip. That's Miss Jeanette and her son Jonathan, and she's from Illinois, I believe she said, and she's here in Merida checking it out. In fact, her son's been here for quite a while, and she found my videos. 81 years old. She looks fabulous, getting around. Man, I'm like, every time I see somebody, I'm like, I'm like, boy, I wish I could make it to 65. Then I'm like, I wish I could make it to 70. You know, now I'm seeing this young lady getting around. I'm like, boy, I think I can make it to 81. You know what I mean? So, I'm gonna meet somebody. I'm like, I'm gonna make it to 90, which is why I'm trying to get my eating right. But she looked good, and she's out here traveling. She turned her son on to the videos, and you know, she was just sharing how much of the content she's been enjoying. Talked to the son about Mexico, and he ended up coming here before she did. And so she just finally made her way here a couple of weeks ago and absolutely loves it. And she's going to be coming back for a longer stay in September. So, man, I'm telling y'all, folks is making this transition and making it move. This is real, y'all. This is an opportunity to reset. I was talking to the wife about that today. I met a mother the other day who, you know, take her kids to the beach every week. She was working 2 and 3 jobs back in the States. And she was like, I got one job now, Cortez. I work this remote job. I don't have to work these 2 and 3 jobs. I can live on that. I take my kids to the beach once a week. We go out to eat once a week. And they're going to start going to the movies next week. Once a week to see new release movies. And she's like, I can't believe when you work 3 jobs, you had no time. You had no time to raise your children. You had no time to be a mom. She was like, I've been working so many jobs for so long. I don't even know what it was like to work one job. But now that I'm here, I'm working one job and I can be a mom. I can take care of my kids. I can afford to take them out to dinner. On 3 jobs, I couldn't afford to take them out. Couldn't go to the movies. Movies are too expensive. It costs $100 to go to the movies for us in the States. She's like, I can go to the movies and go to the beach. I can afford to rent a car and go to the beach. How about that? You know what I mean? So I was talking to a minister who was trying to build an online platform, and I was talking to her. She's back in the States some months ago, and I was just sharing the same thing with her. If you're trying to build an online ministry, you can afford to do that here because it doesn't cost as much money to live. You don't have to work as many hours at your regular job. So now you have more time to put into the ministry. You can build it. You know, a lot of folks are going with these online ministries now due to the pandemic. So you can build this anywhere. And not just Mexico. Places like Colombia, Vietnam, Peru, Guatemala, Argentina, there's Thailand, there's Vietnam, Malaysia, there's Thailand, there's places all over the go. Portugal, in some parts of Spain it's very affordable. So you just got to do your research. Got to do the research. If you need a remote job, hit the website, moveabroadandthrive.com, click on the menu. If you're on a mobile device, you'll see the little hamburger menu icon. Click on that to expand. You will see a link that says courses, and click the one that says remote jobs. I'm getting emails from folks every week saying they found a remote job from the resources that we had on the page. So you can do this. So I'm gonna start running my mouth because I got to get to Office Depot before they close. I need this. I need this resolved today. Still haven't had a chance to do all the research that I need into them doggone electric scooters. I'm going to get on that. Hopefully I get to it tonight. But this is a regular day. Sometimes I can complete some tasks and do some things, and then other days I just don't have the time. I don't get it complete. So the kids are texting me now talking about, Daddy, I got you on that live track. Yeah, I see you over there at that Brazilian restaurant. You think you slick. I can't believe you went out there without us. So they caught me. I forgot I had that doggone live tracking thing on my phone, and so they on here tracking my behind and found me at the Brazilian restaurant. Doggone jokers, man. So that's what's up. So I'm on my way to Office Depot. Hopefully you got what I need. I just made it to Office Depot. Hoping they got some stuff. Here's a Petco. And they got other local chains for dealing with your dogs. You're going to pay more just because this is an American brand, and I'm going to pay more just because this is an American brand as well. But Unfortunately, I need a monitor, and I'm grateful that they close at 10 o'clock. In the States, they be closing like at 9. So this is Office Depot. You can come here, of course, and get your desks, tables, a little bit of everything, computers. So I'm gonna turn this off so I can start looking. But hey, just like home, need desks, need chairs, they got it all. All right, on the way to another place, Office Max, see what they got. Just trying to show y'all the view. Beautiful drive, real nice strip. Why ain't nobody going? It's a green light. Well, they got me hesitating. You know what I mean? Like I said earlier, popos ride with their lights on 24/7. Alrighty, so finally getting home after a long day. It's about 11 o'clock p.m. Still no monitor. I did go to another Office Depot. And then I left there, went to a place called Sanborn. It's like they have electronics there. They had some monitors, but they were closed, and so I didn't get a chance to really look at them. So I'm gonna go back in the morning. And also somebody from Facebook Marketplace replied back finally. They had a monitor for $100, $100 US. So I might go check that out tomorrow. I was really hoping to have that done today. So I didn't have to, I had this on my agenda. So that's it. Also, the scooters. I haven't been able to find out a lot of information on those particular scooters and reviews, but I found some other reviews from the company itself. It seems a lot of people have complaints about repairs and maintenance, how it can get kind of costly and expensive, and having issues finding parts when things go bad, and how that can be costly. Apparently, it's a bike made in China. So some of the reviews that I've seen about the company and some of their bikes, motorbikes, scooters, electric bikes, all of that, just kind of seem to be all over the place. I can't even really get a good read on whether that's a good buy or not. Just really can't find any information on that, on those particular scooters we looked at. So what I'm going to do probably is look around a little more, see what other electric scooter options are available. But I mean, for the price, it's really kind of hard to go wrong. I guess if you take care of it, it may be a good buy. Funny thing about it, I saw on the Alibay website, that Chinese website, they were selling them things for like $200 a piece. And if you buy more, the cost drop down even more. So if you're looking at maybe buying one, dig a little deeper. I don't know how cheap you'd be able to get it brought into Mexico. You probably have to order quantity to get those kind of rates, but I don't know. Might be worth investing in, taking a look at, particularly if you can get a good price on shipping. So I'm gonna keep looking some more, see what some other options are before I make a decision on what to buy. So, but I'm still impressed with it. The wife is like, well, you might as well just get a little motorbike, a real one. And I don't know, I ain't trying to ride no motorcycle with that speed and all that. I see so many people having accidents on those things out here, so I ain't trying to increase my risk of injury. So, but that's that. So that's it, all in a day's day. Really just spent much of the day in the car riding around store to store, sitting in the parking lot, looking at Facebook listings, seeing if I can find a deal on a monitor, et cetera, et cetera. So that's that. Pretty boring day. Tomorrow I got to take Sky to finish up. She had a root canal last week, 125, and they putting the crown in tomorrow. And so I think they said that's gonna be $125. So a complete root canal and crown, $250 to get that done. So I'm happy. So that's it. And the girl's supposed to go get x-rays and all that stuff done for braces, to find out what the costs are on that, the exact cost, but they gave us an estimate already, which was very, very affordable. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. So that's that. MoveAbroadandThrive.com. Thanks for watching.